What's good, everyone? I am back for you for another album review. That just rhymed, holy shit. You're watching the first take right now, and I'm here for a short review today on this new Post Malone album. So I was introduced to Post Malone back in 2018, I'd say in the fall of that year, when I wasn't too into hip hop or anything like that. But I heard a song of his on the radio and I was like, okay, I like this. So I checked out his album, Beer Bongs and Bentleys. And to this day, I enjoy that album quite a bit. His first album, looking back, I'm not a huge fan of. And his third album, Hollywood's Bleeding, I think was a pretty decent project. So here we are today with 12 Carat Toothache by Post Malone. And we've been waiting for this one for a minute. He's back. My last concert that I went to before lockdown was Post Malone. I saw Post Malone, and he was great. And now he's back with this album, and it's bad. Let's get into this. So he started off back in April of last year, I think, with Motley Crue, which was just a Playboi Carti ripoff, and it was awful. And then towards the end of the year, he released another one with The Weeknd, and I like Post Malone. I love the Weeknd. So you'd think them collaborating for a song would be a banger, and it wasn't terrible. I kind of liked it on the first listen, but it's kind of just like a mainstream pop song at the end of the day, which I hate saying, but that's really what it is. I feel like they could have done better here. And the fucking chorus, that shit's terrible. Then he came back again with the third single of this album, a week or two ago, Cooped Up with Roddy Ricch, and it's just a fucking generic DJ Mustard inspired, beachy rap song with some shitty performances from both Post and Roddy Ricch, who also kind of fell off recently, but yeah, and so now we get into the album. So he starts off with Reputation, which kind of gave the album a more promising look. I had a feeling it wasn't going to be all too well, but this first song, I was like, you know what, at least there's one good song on here. There's that. I do like the song quite a bit. It kind of reminds me of the intro to Hollywood's Bleeding, and looking at my notes, of course, as per usual. And it's a bit of a reflective track. It's very personal. Same deal as he did with the intro on his last album. And then I love that piano in the background and his vocals on that track. So that was a good one. And then he does a pretty smooth transition into Cooped Up, which sadly ruins the transition because that song sucks. And then we go into Lemon Tree, which is some kind of an acoustic ballad with just a hint of twang. Specifically when it says, better. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck this is doing here. This might have been some shit he would have pulled on his first album, but I'm not really sure what this is. And then we get into Wrapped Around Your Finger, which on the first listen, I was like, because, there's some nasally vocals on here, and it's a bit quirky and cheesy, but it is a bit of a catchy pop song. I kind of mess with it. It's grown on me a bit. It's Wrapped Around My Finger. And then, the song is, of course, cheesy because of the themes of, staying with that one person despite all the hoes. Sorry, I was about to start talking about the next song, and then I forgot to tell you what the song was about, even though it's pretty obvious. Then we get into I Like You with Doja Cat. And the beat on here is bland, and Doja's the only good thing about the song. That's really it. And we get into Love Hate Letter to Alcohol. Let's drink to that. water. I have a headache coming on. Sorry. Um, I do like the sentiment on this track and the contributions from Fleet Foxes. I feel like that's a pretty cool collab because I think one day I found like a Post Malone tweet from like 7 years ago of him just saying like I love Fleet Foxes or something like that. And me too. But this song doesn't really do a whole lot for me because like I said I like the sentiment, but the lyrics they're kind of a bit like right on the nose, a bit blunt. I think the writing could have been a little better on here. Not to invalidate his experiences with alcohol, but like I feel like he's talked about this before. But it's cool. And the instrumentation's a bit melodramatic on here, and I just don't think I'm gonna go back to this song, to be honest. But I like the idea. And then there's Wasting Angels, which, you know, I like how ethereal and atmospheric this song is, but it never really goes anywhere. And the Kid Leroy just doesn't need to be on this song. The mid Leroy, more like. I'm not a huge fan of his, and he really just adds nothing to this song. He almost sounds like he's trying to do his best Post Malone impression on a Post Malone song. I like barely knew that he was on this song, to be honest. And then we have When I'm Alone, which also grew on me quite a bit. It's a bit of a rock banger. Comes with the drums really hard. I mess with those drums. And then, you know, the chorus and the verses on here are catchy as hell. And it kind of is just him, you know, addressing a previous lover about his infidelity. And then we also have the new recording 12, January 3rd, 2020, which is actually the day that Yummy by Justin Bieber came out, which is probably the greatest song ever. So I guess this is just the second best song from that day. Since it's just a shitty demo that he kind of just throws here at the end of the album. This song doesn't need... this shouldn't have been released. What is this? And yeah, that's really all I have to say about the album. I wrote the rest of the songs as duds, which are I Cannot Be With Gunna, Insane, Euthanasia, and Waiting for a Miracle. All of those songs are duds and did absolutely nothing for me. And yeah, this is just a disappointing album. I feel like Post Malone, I feel like a lot of people kind of neglect how great some of the songs that he put out around 2017 and 2018 were, because those were some fucking bangers. And it's funny because those rap bangers, I know he's not a rapper, at least he says, but like those like trap rap type bangers that he was putting out then were so great, and now every song on here that even like remotely touches rap is bad. Like the 3 songs that I enjoyed on here were like not rap songs. And that's really it. That's Post Malone's 12 Carat Toothache. Pretty disappointed by this one. I think I'm gonna give it a strong 3. And that's really it. Post Malone, you crazy. That's it. Post Midlone, 12 Carat Toothache. Disappointment. Hope you all have a beautiful day. I hope you think about me. I hope you pray for Post Malone that he puts out another good album one day. I'm just spewing bullshit at this point. You guys have a beautiful day. I love you all. Kiss me now. And good night. See ya. See you in the next review.